I honestly don't know if this is the right trail. Gotta keep checking periodically that this trail is following my bearing. Son of a bitch. Hallucinating. Oh yeah, I can see the lake. It'd make me feel good if I could get a fish dinner tonight and save that other chunk of food. There's actually a cabin. I could stay there tonight. And the cabin is locked. It's getting later in the day. Aha, there it is. That's it. Oh, there was a beaver pond here. Well, I think that's gonna be it for today. Well, this is home for the night. Didn't catch any fish, which is concerning. So I'm gonna have to dip into my dinner rations. I started doing the portage where I thought was gonna be the put-in. There's a beaver swamp that you're supposed to be able to paddle across, but it was drained, so it's just like mucky, gross, like mud that I'm gonna have to wade through. By the way, this is my axe. Same one that I cut my hand with. But the sheath was the only one they had in the store, so I stitch it under here so it's super, super tight. Now that breeze coming off the lake is helping keep the bugs down. That's how fast that goes up. Dinner tonight is pasta, and dinner every night is gonna be pasta unless I catch fish, and then there will be no dinner because I didn't bring very much pasta. Changing into dry shoes. I actually have warm dry socks. That would just be too much. Well, I have on neoprene socks under here just because they're better for wading in the water. Not that this water is particularly cold, but it means I don't soak a pair of my dry socks. Oh, a little close to the fire there. Yeah, and your feet don't breathe all that well in them, so just like such a nice feeling to get on warm, dry shoes and socks. I suppose all in all, wasn't a bad day. I'm not shocked that I didn't make it further, but I would have liked to have made it further. Just letting them dry out right now. Yes, dry tootsies. Dry in the wind. Oh man, freaking good workout today though, I'll tell you that much right now. Can't tell you how much harder it is walking in that squishy, sinking moss than on like a trail that's kind of more beaten down. Just like every step is like double the amount of work. It almost feels too hot. It's supposed to be pretty warm. Oh, that's better. Just bare feet in the shoes. Oh, dry shoes. Dry shoes. Oh, I'm too big. When's that darn fire gonna freaking boil that freaking water? Must be punky wood. My only yummy thing out here is a Kool-Aid Mio or whatever the hell. Taking too long. Be dipping into some summer sausage. Take that. Real summer sausage can last in the summer. Gotta save this for my lunches. Little Alfredo pasta sauce for old Jim. That's good. Al dente. Actually, Al dente invented that way of cooking pasta, but he actually beat his brother Steve Dante to it. Well, it is almost dark. Feel pretty good. I'm not 100% sure that I should, because I was really sucking wind. Like, that portaging was hard. More portaging right now to get into a lake called Skate Lake, and then get into the headwater of Wildlands Creek. So yeah, that's going to be super interesting. I don't know what I'm going to run into, but once I get to the North French, it's going to be easier. It's getting there that's a big challenge. So yeah, so a little concerned, I think, that it took me so long today to only get, a pretty small number of clicks. But I'm feeling good. I know I'm going to catch fish, and I think it'll all be all right. So ready to tuck in for a well-deserved sleep and maybe a few ibuprofens. Morning, day 2, about 6:30, 6:45. We're about to take the tent down. Gonna get some water on to boil and continue the slog. Chilly morning this morning, overcast but patchy, so I'm guessing it's gonna be another hot day today. Little sand, never hurt anyone. So yeah, the slog to get into the headwaters of the North French continues. I'm gonna protect that from the wind a little bit. Just a little breeze, but the wind can be notorious for blowing away all your heat. And yeah, I'm just gonna get some oatmeal, some coffee in me, and start giving her. Basically, take the tent down, and that's about it. Oh, and she's boiling. Look at how fast that boils. That is a fast boiling setup right there. Let it go for about a minute there. Make sure we do in all the giardia, because I took it from a shallow, swampy spot there. The rest I will save for my oatmeal because it's oatmeal or no meal out here. Before I had this little doohickey, I used to just throw my coffee grinds in just like a Nalgene bottle with hot water and then kind of spin it like this, or put some cold. There's a bunch of tricks to get the grinds to go to the bottom when you're making cowboy coffee. And then I did a trip with a guy who brought like a huge French press, and I was just like making fun of him. And then afterwards I'm like, I think that was pretty good. So then I got one. So just a little one there. Just makes life a lot easier. You don't have to be washing out Nalgenes. You don't have to bring an extra Nalgene, and it doubles as a mug too. Big Joe Muffera paddling the Mattawa all the way from Ottawa. They say one day Joe drank a bucket of gin and beat the living tar out of 29 men. Muffera Joe. Yeah, so my morning routine is wake up, go back to sleep about 3 times usually. Got to get better at that. Then I stuff my sleeping bag, get dressed, clean up whatever's in the tent, charging equipment, that kind of thing, camera gear. And then I jump out and I throw all my stuff out of the tent, my sleeping bag, my ground pad. And then I jump out and I get the water boiling. Then I take down the tent. And that way I don't actually have to wait for anything. By the time I'm finishing a tent or midway through, I can brew my coffee. That way my coffee's brewing, so when I'm done packing my bag, my coffee will be ready and I'll be ready to eat my breakfast. And also at the same time, that way I have like the maximum amount of energy. If I just woke up, ate breakfast, and then break camp, I might start to get hungry by the time I start traveling. So I want to capture the maximum amount of energy from my food. I line my big dry bag with a carpenter's bag, contractor's bag, and that gives me an extra line of waterproofing. Feel brewing. One good thing about traveling through this area is that there's moss everywhere, so there's really no need to bring toilet paper whatsoever. And actually the moss is much kinder and moist. It's like a little angel's kiss, actually. Here we are back where we left the canoe yesterday. I think I'm going to leapfrog my stuff and bring everything to here. I keep smelling the sharp wild mint. Aha, there it is. Wild mint is an awesome remedy for giardia. There's lots of it around here, but that's what wild mint looks like. See the little flowers in there, and see the leaves there serrated on the side, and I'm gonna save some of this because I drank swampy ass untreated water. This could be my savior right here. It's freaking delicious too. Might be good in a tea. I'll make a tea out of it. Every time I found it, I've smelled it before I saw it. Last night, I guess I was just too exhausted to pick it out amongst all the other plants here. That's delicious. Just delicious. Okay, well, back for the next load. Here we go. Well, it feels lighter today than it did at the end of the day yesterday, I'll tell you that right now. Tons of wild mint around here. Put it in with my toothbrush. Feel that like things. The flies are finding me. Look at all of it in here, just loaded. Decent stash of wild mint right there. So if you add up all the extra baggage that you need for a whitewater trip, it's pretty substantial. Not a bad idea to just flag where my stuff is, and that way if I get turned around bushwhacking, it'll be easier to pinpoint. It's gonna be a swampy walk here. Well, here's the creek. Well, I'm just gonna follow the creek. It's pretty interesting though. I can take my water from here. Oh, that's sinky mud. Oh, looks like maybe the Beaver Dam's not here either. Yeah, so all of this was supposed to be a beaver pond. Look at what we have now. So yeah, that's gonna put a dent in my time. I can probably wade up the creek though, but yeah, I was supposed to just whip right past this, and now it's a gong show, so not ideal. You know, you look at maps or notes, and then 5 years later could be very different, especially when it comes to beaver ponds. So good thing to take note of, that don't rely on anything like that that's not super fresh. Like this was like basically a lake about 5 years ago. That's nicely. That's a little better. Sometimes beast mode is the answer. That's where I got to put in. Drag down here and into the creek, maybe up on that bank. Oh, that is muddy. Here's the freaking Beaver Dam. Oh my goodness. I am sinking. And here's where the Beaver Dam was. Oh, my foot's trapped. Yeah, so this was a very deep beaver pond. When the last group came through, you could see what's left of the dam there. So that's a bitch. No better way to put it. Look at how high the dam was. And up to there. So a massive beaver dam. I don't know what the hell happened, whether it was bombed or like, hard to imagine that just all blew out. The dam, you can see the remnants of it starting way back there. Looks like it's a super old one, maintained for many years because there's big trees growing out of it. Look, and there's the canoe. So all of this was once a really big pond that I was just going to paddle across effortlessly. Now I'm gonna have to wade and drag up the creek and probably portage. Look at this dam right now. Comes to here and all of a sudden, boom, gone. And it connects away up there. So there must have been like a gigantic flood, or even potentially someone blew it up. Or maybe the beavers got trapped, it wasn't being maintained and the flood came and pushed it through. Who knows? And the flies have joined me. This here is a kind of lichen called old man's beard. Or technically usnea moss. It's a great tinder, and me and Ted actually used it on a loan almost solely. We get big bundles of it and we dry it out till it was bone dry, and we tuck it in a dry spot with our clothes, and it would just take a spark from a ferro rod. If it's dry, you can usually find it at the edge of like a pond where it's gotten a lot of light. And usually there it's the driest, even not long after a rain. So this will just take a spark and light up. So I'll save some of it and get a fire going with it later. Usnea moss is also edible, but it's very hard to swallow. All right, so heading back for the next load. And you know, I'm not too bummed out about this dam being gone. I mean, what are you gonna do, right? The trip ends up taking me a couple more hungry days, then so be it. Whoa, Jesus, there are some deep muck spots along this creek, man. You're getting stuck. Gonna be freaking dragging. There's a bunch of logs to haul over. I also can't really use my left hand as heavily as I want to. Would have been there by now. I could paddle. Terrible, terrible news. Crystal clear water in here. It's real slow going. Well, it's just gonna go on and on and on like this. It's better than portaging through the swamp muck though, where it goes all the way back in and around there. So a really long ways. I'm gonna be slowly trudging along through muck. And if that beaver dam was there, paddle the whole way there. So that's what my map shows a pond. And the last guys had marked it this as a full beaver swamp. So I was kind of like, whatever, I'll deal with it. But now that I'm into it, I'm like, this is a disaster. This could end up adding an extra day to my trip. All of this is all blueberries. Look at that cluster. Blueberry break. Mmm.